Okay, here we go. Uh, Man, another day in the lap of luxury. What can I say? I spent this morning. Uh, Sunday mornings are hard, particularly when you have upset stomach. I had a uh, an advanced case of upset stomach this morning. So a lot of intervals between walking from the kitchen to the bathroom, walk to the bathroom to the living room to the bathroom. And I think you get my drift. But anyway, um, so it's Labor Day weekend, and I talked yesterday a little bit about an inspirational story, and this morning I was thinking about what to talk about, with you guys today, and I think what we should do is just cut to the chase and talk about the American worker, because that's what matters. It is our economy. We talk about the economy, but I don't think we often understand that, like, we are the economy. We are the people that make the economy. And when the truck drivers decide that they ain't moving this shit anymore, well, you know what? The economy will come to a screeching halt. Um, and just like when the mail carriers decide that they're not going to carry the mail, or what we have with these teacher strikes going on around the country, in West Virginia, uh, Arizona, uh, Wisconsin, Colorado. I mean, really, where isn't it happening? And um, it's real, because these kids realize that the teachers realize that they are the people that are providing the future for the nation, and the kids realize that it's their future too. And where the parents come down on this, where the bureaucrats come down on this, I mean, you know that seems to be what the issue is. But you guys need to wake up and realize that it ain't gonna happen by itself, and it's not somebody's fault. The only fault it is that it is us not taking responsibility for what really matters. And that's like making sure that you, who are part of the economy, are taking care of the teachers, the bus driver, the guy that works at Starbucks, um, that's not 19 years old, by the way, that they are actually being taken care of. And so, rather than having a vicious cycle of distrust, we have a virtuous cycle where people are getting better. And it has a lot to do with the way that we think about things, the way we view opportunity, essentially. Whether there is enough or there isn't enough. Um, and let's face it, life is not always easy. It's quite often tough. And, opportunities aren't always, uh, you know, don't always appear to be prevalently available. But I have given this some thought, and I think that when we come together and we actually work cooperatively, when we don't look, at the other person as competition, you know, if we start to view them as a cooperator, then everything changes. Um, it's like this spirit of solving big problems comes together. Creativity gets freed up, and this is the future of the workforce, because we can't afford to have situations that don't really work anymore. I heard there's some really gross stuff out there. Even after the Lilly Ledbetter Act, which was the first piece of legislation that my beloved former president Barack Obama signed into law. Was to see that all federal workers got paid the same rates. Well, he can't control what happens in the broader economy. We're in the year 2018 right now, and we got women making 80 cents on the dollar. The average median wage in the United States is $850 a week before taxes. That's more than I made as a teacher last year. I feel like I'm a little bit envious, but by the same token, if you're that's $850 a week to pay your bills, make your mortgage payment, pay your $321 a month health care subsidy payment, put some money in your 401k account possibly, keep your car gassed up, make sure your auto insurance and your home insurance is paid. It's precious. All these resources are precious, and when so much of what's the workforce's contributions is it goes to somebody else. There's something wrong with that. And so, yeah, follow the money. Follow your money. It's your money. It's our money. It's my money, which is going out there. And the fact that, we have all these fat cats that don't want to pay their taxes, and that, we ourselves don't want to pay taxes because we don't seem to understand where our roads come from or where, how hospitals and schools get built. That's a problem. Because this stuff just doesn't happen by itself. There's a reason for it, Right now, we've got the lowest tax collections that we probably have ever had. And what do we have, on the other side of that? Well, we just spent $700 billion on our military this year. Well, we also have, a $21 trillion federal deficit. How are we going to pay for that when there's less revenues? It's something to think about, because anyway, what I'm saying is that I don't think that any of us have a problem with paying our fair share. I think where we get upset is when, we're somebody else isn't, when the people that have the resources aren't doing the right thing. And, those are the people that should be thrown in jail. The former CEO of Wells Fargo, that's the guy that you stick in the clink and you throw away the key, because that's when this stuff will start to matter. These payday lenders, that are, buying up members of Congress, you take the member of Congress and you take the payday lender and you throw them in jail and you let those guys make love to each other every night, because they deserve one another as far as I'm concerned. But, this guy, Trump's first, I love talking about Trump, by the way. This could be an episode on Trump, but I got to keep this at 10 minutes because that's already too long. But, this guy, Chris, whatever his name was, the guy in upstate New York, this is a guy that was on like the financial bureau. He was trading not even like in foreign companies that he was getting insider information on. The guy was the number one shareholder of this particular place. But how many of his cronies are out there doing the same thing? It's bad actors making it bad for all of us. But anyway, that's not the theme of this. What the theme is that what's working today and what's going to work in the future are these people that are saying enough is enough. People that work in a factory saying, what, we know how this factory works. Why don't we buy the factory? Or rather than these schmoes want to move it down to wherever they're going to have charge You don't want to move to Arkansas. We don't want to move to Arkansas. Well, you know what? Why don't we keep the factory right here? So, it's up to us. It's up to us to make America great again, and that's how we'll do it. Um, you know, together. All right. Love y'all. Bye.